Hey guys, welcome back to the Yarnquisitions Knitting Podcast. We do knitting, crocheting, fiber arts, whatever I feel like at the moment. And I'm Victoria. You can call me Vic, you can call me Celine, or whatever you see my name as. I don't know. I hope you have a beverage of your choice. Today I have mykt, which is a Korean yogurt soda. It's not particularly hot today, but I have it in my fridge and I don't feel like drinking water. I drank water though, but I don't feel like drinking water on the podcast, so mykt it is. And I always have to have ice with my sodas. Let's see, I'm wearing the Ingrid sweater. As you've seen in the other episodes of the podcast, I mention it every other episode or something at least. It blocked out a little bit, even though I haven't blocked it. I've just worn it a ton since I finished it, and there's some ripples still in the moss stitch, but yeah, the double rib isn't cinched in or nothing. And this the mock cables, this part was really cinched in when I finished it, but now it's a little more relaxed, a little what do you call it, in line, I guess. So, and on the sleeves as well, except for this double rib part, and I don't know why, but on both sleeves it cinches in weirdly. Probably because I have to block it, whatever. Yeah. So what I've been working on, as you've seen in the last episode, is the franky sweater that's in mykt from Sandnes, which is a Norwegian company, I believe. And this is how far I've gotten. So the back is here, the front is here, where these silver stitch markers are. Or silver colored, I should say. I don't know what it's made out of, but yeah, this is how far I've gotten. So I finished the yoke. I'm on the body now, and I already split for sleeves. I only have 3 centimeters of the body done. I'm just gonna continue on the body until I run out of yarn, run out of this ball, which is pretty soon. Should be a few more rows left of this. And then I'll just move on to the sleeves. Just because I know I have enough yardage technically for this pattern, but I'm not exactly sure if I do have enough, because I only have 6 balls, but it's 175, but the pattern is 7 balls for 150 meters, so, or per 150 meters, per 50 grams. They're both 50 grams. And if you can follow what I'm saying, yeah, I just don't, I just don't know if because this is like slightly thinner, I think. I don't know if I have enough for like the length. Because it's just so wide. It's such a wide sweater. I don't know. Because the smallest one is 129 and it should be 120 because of the yarn I'm using. And yeah. It's a little iffy at best. So, but I think I do really like this color and the very colorful speckling. Like, I don't know, it's just there's something about it that I really like. It's like colorful without being too colorful, I think. Maybe that's why I like it. And same with like Nora, Madara, and the silk garden solos. Those are like, well, maybe not silk garden solo, but I think it's only in Omitama that it's like really speckled rainbow. Or yeah, and then yeah, the Madara is very similar, except it's more there's more color variation in the lighter colors, and I really, really, really like that. And I'm holding off on buying that until winter comes. I'm just using what I have right now, or at least I hope so. But I mean, I don't really have that much summer yarns, so I might get some. But I'll leave that for the end, or for after all the whips, which is only 2, because that's all I've been working on these past few days. Yeah. Hopefully this is like a faster one, unless I rant about yarn, which I probably will rant about some yarn. So a little mini review of berroco mochi. I don't know if anybody really has worked with this. I know only our own Knits and Pros has worked with this yarn, but I don't know anybody else that has a knitting podcast. But I find that this yarn is pretty inconsistent in the like density of the yarn, because some parts are really, really thin and some parts are like barely any fiber, and some parts has like a ton, so it makes it much thicker. So it's kind of, so that makes it like a thick to thin kind of yarn. I don't know if there's a spot that shows it that well, but I was just feeling it, and you could definitely feel it, but I don't know if you can visually see it. I'm like trying to look for a spot that has that. Well, I'll show you this part. I don't know if you can see it that clearly, but there's some parts that are like whiter, and the whiter parts are I think right here you could definitely see it. Like the whiter parts have less fiber, because the fiber is this mauve color, and then there's like the speckling, which is different fiber, right? So yeah, the white parts is just the sock, if you will, where the fibers are blown into. That's white. So if all the white parts just it's just thinner than the other parts of this yarn. So I don't really enjoy that, because that means the more fiber you lose, the whiter it gets. But I mean, I guess that's just the nature of this type of yarn in general, because as you knit it, you lose fiber because it's blown into it and not twisted into it, if that makes sense. But that also means there's less fiber in general in this kind of yarn. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I think I could definitely wear on cooler days in the summer, like today. Today is like in the low 70s at most, but it feels like 65. So yeah, that would be nice. I did try this on, and I do like the neckline, how like large it is, because I still need to do the collar, which is what is it called? It's not. It's a 1x1 rib, but it's a twisted rib. It's a twisted rib neckband. So it should come up to like here, I think, because right now it's like right here, and then it should come up this much or something. But I don't know how it would lay because it's kind of like a stretchy fabric, but it's really light, so that's a plus. Because I think if you're using a heavier yarn, it would like weigh down a bit. I totally forgot to, I don't know if I even mentioned this, but so far I've only used the 4.5 millimeter needles. Yeah, I haven't used 4.5 since the champagne cardigan, so that's nice. And I think the inside is like way more colorful than the outside, but oh well. I think for the body there's no decreases, and for the sleeves there's also no decreases, so it's just basically long tubes of a sweater. And the only, I guess so far there's only been increases, so that kind of makes it a nice or easy sweater to do. The only interesting part is the neckline, because you knit flat and then you slowly increase, but the way you increase isn't like it's not an M1. It's basically what do you call it? A cast on. I use a cable cast on, but you can use whatever cast on you feel like. But for this, you really don't need to cast on to stretch a lot, because I find that the backwards loop cast on and what's it called? The knitted cast on. That's not the cable one. I forgot what it's called. I think it might just be called the knitted cast on. That one's really stretchy, or like it loosens up when it's not on the needle. So I do recommend the cable cast on or another stable cast on that has minimal stretch. I mean, it will stretch just because the nature of this yarn, But if you're using a different yarn, maybe you do want to stretch your one. But when I split for the body and then did the cast-ons for it, I also used a cable cast-on just to keep it consistent. And yeah, I definitely don't need this part to stretch at all because it's already like ginormous. So even the sleeves right now, or the opening, the hole is like ginormous. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure this can fit someone that usually wears a medium as well. So there's that. But it'd just be like a regular sweater and not like a humongous sweater if you wear a medium. Yeah. So if I end up not liking this sweater, I could just gift it to someone and not worry about if it would fit them or not. Take a sip. I also like to crunch my ice. So sorry for the noise if you don't like the ice crunching. Yeah, I have only gone through like almost 2 balls of this yarn. So I don't know why in the beginning of this episode I was like concerned I wouldn't have enough, but now I'm like, maybe I do have enough. One for each arm, and then one more for the body. I think it would be enough. But that's just me being optimistic, because most of the body is a twisted rib, so that might eat up some yarn, but not quite sure. Okay, on to the next one. Let me put this away. So I haven't really made much progress on this. Most of the progress that I did was yesterday, I think. Only did like I'm on my 3rd row since last time. So this is my 3rd one. I still need to do the sheds, the 2 sheds, and then I need to, let's see, yeah, the 2 sheds using the linen yarn. One is doubled and then one is the lace, or single, so it's a lace weight, and this is like equivalent of a fingering, I think. Yeah, and then after that I need to cut this row, or trim this row, so that it's the same height as the rest of the work. Yeah, as I said last time, I gave up trying to fix the slantedness because it's really not gonna fix itself anymore. And I've thought about how to fix like this tension, or not tension problem, but it's like the straightness problem. And I'm probably just gonna cut a piece of cardboard or something and then stick it right here so that it's the same level as the frame, because then nothing can go past the frame, right? Like, that's my thinking, but I don't know if that would actually work. If it's a thicker piece of cardboard here. And hopefully the tension won't make it stay there until I move the loom or shift the loom. I don't know. But that would have to wait until the next time I do it on this. It's like, should I continue making things on this, or should I make my own loom? Is that too ambitious? Maybe. Because then it'll be hard to store if I have something on a bigger loom. Or should I wait until I move? But then it would be really cold by then, so I don't know. Well, and then I'll probably have a new yarn. So maybe I should wait on the bigger loom. But yeah. But I shouldn't think about it until I finish this, honestly. This will take a long time. Yeah. So for the beige alpaca, on the second, I finished up all the scraps, so now I'm on the actual ball of it. And yeah, maybe I'll finish one ball by the end. Who knows? Well, I'm hoping to finish this one by like halfway. I think I could do that. But I don't know. This ball seems endless, honestly. There's just so much on here. And I don't have to double it, so that's probably why it's stretching so far. And for the beige alpaca, I do have to double it, so I'll probably ease that up much quicker than the blue, so that kind of sucks. But it's so fun just to like do this, just like run your fingers across the warp. It's just so fun. Yeah, and it's still getting a little tighter. There's actually like some, what do you call it? It's not give. What's the opposite of give? Like, you can feel the, what do you call it? Like bounce? It's not bounce. Like it resists you putting your hand down. But it's mostly on this side. It's the tighter side, and this is the looser side, which is super annoying. It's probably because I did something wrong here, like it's not holding the tension, or yeah, it's not holding the tension properly here. That's for sure. So yeah, I definitely have to make this, or definitely have to warp this much tighter next time. Because there is so much room because there is room, you can just like lift it or put it or push it down. So when I started this, you can push these the warp to the other warp on the back side, but now it is harder to do that. I don't even think it touches the other warp, honestly. Nah, maybe it still does. So, but not as easily. There's more tension, for lack of a better word. I don't know if there's another word for that. And then a mini review on Careful's soft silk mohair. So I know I showed you this last time, but since last time I worn this quite a bit, and you can see, maybe you can see that there's like what do you call it, like this piece right here, a pill, that's what they call it, a pill. So I find that K-faux soft silk mohair does pill a little bit. Not sure why. Maybe it's because they have like looser mohair or something, or the silk. I know the silk isn't spun as tightly as other silks or other mohairs, so that could be why. But it's still affordable, or at least compared to the yarn in my area, because mohair is like $15-$20, sometimes $30 per 25 grams. So that's why. To me, it's affordable. It might not be affordable for you if you're like in the UK or in an area where you can get mohair for cheaper, or if you can get drops. But I can't wear drops, so I can't wear the colors I want, probably because they'd have to bleach it, I guess, or I don't know. I find that mohair to be like very scratchy, but this one I don't find to be scratchy at all. It could be like the quality of mohair that drops get is not the best, or it's not as fine as the mohair that K-faux gets. And also, this has been pilling as well, and it's only the mohair that's pilling. Because I guess it's just because the fibers are long, so yeah. Only 2 pills so far on each arm, so that's good. And I've worn this quite a bit, so yeah. Only 2 pills on the sweater so far. I can't say the same for the Jenny sweater, but I also wore that way more than I wore this one. So yeah. And also went hiking with that sweater, so that could be why too. Because you swing your arms a lot when you hike, or I do. So yeah, that could be why. I think that's it. I haven't really been working on that much these, and I put what do you call it? My samples up there. My woven samples. So it looks kind of good now, or at least, I mean, yeah, it just looks good up there. It doesn't look good anywhere else. If I see it up close, it doesn't look good for some reason. But I'm also like really critical of my work, so that could be influencing my opinion of my work. And I think that's it. I'm probably gonna, I don't know. Ever since I started the franky sweater, that's all I wanted to work on because it's soft, it's not too hot in my hands, and yeah. And it's just been so nice outside, so I didn't want to stay inside to work on my weaving because I can only work on it in this room because there's just a lot of tools I need, and I don't want the cats to step on scissors and stuff like that. So yeah. Is there anything else? I'm wearing it with these pants. If you can see it. So yeah. Fit. It's my fit. But I'm probably gonna wear something else to be outside because the balcony has a lot of sun, and yeah. But first, I'm gonna go eat because I haven't eaten yet because I was waiting for the rice to be done. So yeah, see you guys next week. And hopefully I will make more progress since Tuesday. It's only been like 4 days, whatever. Yeah. I'll probably try to film on Saturday again or something. If not, Monday. Who knows? Alright. See you next week. Bye.